Many museums offer educational resources to the public and educators. The National Gallery of Art has developed an extensive list of opportunities that are definitely worth exploring. The National Gallery of Art is free to all visitors and open 7 days a week in Washington, D.C. Online resources for the National Gallery of Art are available at Nga.Gov. I found difficulty navigating some parts of the site using Chrome, and Firefox seems to be more compatible with this website and its features. At Nga.gov, you will find a site with a somewhat academic feel. The white background seems to reference the pristine white walls of the gallery. The main page provides links to current and past exhibits, as well as options for those who choose to visit the gallery in person, such as their sculpture garden. To find out information about the museum, you must scroll down to the bottom of the main page. Here we are informed of the history of the museum and how it was founded by a generous donation in 1936 from Andrew Mellon, who had come to Washington to serve as Secretary of the Treasury. He believed the United States should have a national art museum equal to that of other great nations. An on-site interactive map can help visitors find their favorite piece of art at the gallery. Simply click on the building, choose the location, and a list of artworks will be displayed. Family guides are available for download to make the experience more interactive for children and families. Gallery talks are offered daily, and tours can be self-guided with audio, mobile, or print guides. Guided tours are offered daily, along with regularly scheduled foreign language tours. Accessible tours are provided for hearing and vision impaired visitors, and the gallery welcomes school tours, which can be led by gallery educators, or teachers may choose to lead their classes on tours of the museum themselves. The gallery also works with Title I schools in their Art Around the Corner program. Students in 4th and 5th grade classes from local Title I schools are brought to the gallery up to 10 times over 2 years. A mini program is also included as an option. Art Around the Corner provides all educational materials, transportation, art making supplies, and professional gallery staff. John Cotton Dana envisioned a new museum, a service institution that would enrich the lives of its visitors. Nga.gov has established resources that are available to the public both online and on loan, such as a public library. We will begin with some of the online offerings, discover opportunities available on loan, and explore extension opportunities on peripheral websites and apps. I discovered one resource, only accessible by scrolling to the bottom of the main page of the site. I was surprised that this link was not located within the Education Resources section of the website and was hidden away in an easily missed opportunity. You can access boards on Pinterest at the Gallery Pinterest board www.pinterest.com/NGADC. The Pinterest site, developed with K-12 teachers in mind, has many images arranged in various groups. Opening a board takes you to images with accompanying commentary that allows the teacher to explore how the images relate to the group theme. You can explore artwork based on elements such as texture, or you can explore themes or big ideas such as love. From the main page, you can access images from the Collections tab. You won't find any virtual tours here. It seems to be more of an online catalog. From the Collections tab, you can search over 45,000 open access images available to anyone to download. You can browse highlights from the collection, search for a specific artist, and view recent acquisitions. Again, hidden at the bottom of the page, I found a link to Nga images. Here, I had the option of conducting advanced searches. I must say that I was quite disappointed with the ability to access the images. I found the experience tedious and clinical, and the search area was a bit difficult to manage. I found many of my searches offered no results, especially searches for art from 2000 to 2017. The available images are heavily conservative, and a drop-down list labeled nationality seems a bit limited. I was curious about this, and I went back to the main page, and I discovered from the link about the museum that the collection itself is primarily European and American art, from the Renaissance to the present day. In fact, the mission statement states, the gallery limits its active art collecting primarily to paintings, sculptures, works of art on paper, and new media originating in Europe and the United States from the late Middle Ages to the present. Lone exhibitions are the main way more diverse cultures and art of different time periods are represented. This definitely made me consider the influence of the Universal Survey Museum and the semblance of importance granted to art based on placement in the museum. Perusing through these online images left me feeling a bit sad about the lack of representation of more diverse and contemporary art in the images available online. Just as Weil was concerned about visitors being alienated by an elite museum aesthetic, I believe this lack of diversity could alienate many visitors. Following the Education tab, you can find image collections under Teacher Resources as well. Here you can change the background color to either white, gray, or black, whichever you prefer for online viewing. Clicking on an image brings up the image available to download. Clicking on View this object record at Nga.Gov provides extensive information on the artwork and the artist. The site provides more than a simple screen full of commentary. While the text maintains an academic feel, it remains accessible to the average visitor without talking down to its audience. Educational resources are found under the Education tab. Here you can find resources available to anyone. Following the teacher resources, you have access to downloadable units, categorized by grade level range. To the right, you will see ways to expand the lessons within the units with downloadable posters, high-resolution images, and an audio and video collection. In the video section, I found a category for kids. Here, short informative videos explore various artists. I was excited to find these videos to share that would be engaging to students. These videos, however, do not seem to be linked to the lessons or units, so it may take some searching to find videos that may link with the appropriate lesson. Within the collection of videos was also a discussion by the artist James Marshall about his 1994 work, Great America, and the idea of what it is like to be a Black American. This video would fit a high school level discussion, but provided a contemporary offering that was not representational of the bulk of the images or videos available. Back in the lesson plans, we find that within each unit are individual lesson plans to support the theme of the unit. Lesson plans include cross-curricular connections to other subject areas like science and language arts. There's background information for the artist, and each includes connections to the National Visual Arts Standards. Under the Education tab, you will find family resources that are useful primarily to families visiting the museum in person. The resource, An Eye for Art, provides materials that support learning how to discuss art. This resource could also be valuable to teachers. The program is divided into themes that could serve as big ideas that teachers could use in their classroom at any grade level. This option is available only through purchase, though you can download the images associated with the activities. Under Education as well, Activities for Teens reference materials available on-site through volunteerism and gallery conversations. While many resources on the site are available to download, some are only available through an on-loan borrowing program. Within Education Resources, you can search for materials by clicking on the Search Learning's Resources link. To borrow teaching packets and DVDs, you will need to create an account first and then receive a borrower's ID. You can also make requests using a printable request form. Teaching packets on loan include a printed booklet with in-depth background information, suggestions for student activities, supplemental image CDs or slides, often with color study prints, timelines, and bibliographies. The descriptions don't indicate whether or not the learning activities are linked to the National Visual Arts Standards. DVDs available on loan include various subjects and cultures. You will see art from Asia, Egyptian art, some focus on particular art styles, some on particular artists themselves. There is also a DVD about businessman Chester Dale and his contributions to the National Gallery of Art. Many of the DVDs would pair nicely with the units and lesson plans in the teachers section of the site. Extension activities that explore art beyond the museum include the interactive website Nga.Gov/kids and the app originally available only for iPads, but now is accessible to Android and PC. They also offer CDs available upon request and immediate downloads to make using this technology even easier for teachers and students. I have used and appreciate the offerings of these online games and resources that students can access at school and home. I keep these links to this site open on my classroom website for students and parents to access easily. Nga.gov/kids offers a variety of online games with art education in mind. Students are taken beyond the art museum, where they can explore making their own unique art using interactive games. While the site may look like it is only for young students, there really are options for everyone. Students can create their own collage in Collage Machine. In this program, students explore various photos, papers, and objects. They can play with an inexhaustible amount of options. They can change transparency on the objects, flip, turn, change size, and experiment with collage in a virtual sense. My younger students love the textural elements provided in Seesaw. Students can arrange objects into an interactive game. Students can overlap elements to create layers of depth. They can create their own or use the auto feature built into the games that provides inspirations to students who need some direction. Once finished, you can press play to see your image come to life. There are so many options available. One is called 3D Twirler, where students can design and texturize three-dimensional geometric forms, a great way to develop spatial relationships. A flow game explores motion in art, and Dollhouse allows students to manipulate interiors of a 17th century dollhouse. I have used the Jungle Interactive to explore the concept of landscape in depth with my students. We often play with size, proportion, placement on the picture plane, and overlap. I often use the program to purposefully make mistakes and ask students to explain the mistake and offer solutions. Jungle is also a wonderful alternative for students with special needs who may have fine motor difficulties and find it challenging to show their knowledge of the concept with traditional art materials. My new favorite exploratory activity with my students is the new app NGA Kids for iPad. I am fortunate to be able to borrow a set of classroom iPads for this activity. If you do not have access to iPads, the National Gallery of Art has provided the option of downloading it to your PC or requesting a CD of the programs. I originally used this app to extend our experiences with landscape. In the app, students explore Edward Hicks' Peaceable Kingdom. While students can explore this free app on their own at home, it is valuable for the art educator to provide students with some direction. I provided students with the name of the art and the artist. I asked students to analyze the name of the artwork, Peaceable Kingdom. Students quickly related to the animals and were able to identify the awkwardness of a lion next to a cow and little babies. Students can explore portrait, landscape, still life, abstract paintings, and create their own artwork. My students were quite excited to find a fun way to create a self-portrait in the app and become a part of the art experience. By clicking on the portrait or choosing it from the Index tab in the upper left corner of your screen, you can import photos. Please be aware that proper use of photography is a lesson itself before we use this program. Students can take a photo with the iPad camera or upload from a file on PC. You can size it, save it, and create your own self-portrait. Once finished, you become the avatar, and you will find yourself in each of the games as you visit. I know you're thinking this is definitely elementary, but I'm sure you can see your high school students connecting to this element of fun and art with this app. One unique quality that sets the app apart from the website, Nga.Gov/kids, is its use of exemplar art in the games and activities. It is exciting to explore this art with students in a way that they can really connect with. The available resources provided by museums today is overwhelming, and as art educators, it is our responsibility to share these opportunities with our students and their families. We teach that art is part of our everyday lives, and with the assistance of art museums, we have a multitude of resources to explore that idea. The National Gallery of Art provides unique experiences that promote a connection between community and art.